So today we have to work through Stream API of Java 8. So API simply means the collection or bundle of classes or interfaces or methods inside those interfaces or classes that have introduced by some people to achieve certain operations, to do certain tasks. So API is just a collection or bundle of those classes and interfaces, and we are calling those specific classes or interfaces as an stream, or we are not calling as it as a stream. Java people says that it is a stream API by which using the method of these stream complete your task easily. You can make production ready application easily. You can skip some of the regular Java programming codes, some iterations, and achieve your task very easily. So that's what basically stream is. What stream do? We can do the code reduction by using the stream APIs. We can enhance the readability of the code. Somewhat reusability of the code can be also considered is getting enhanced. So these are the some things that stream by using the stream classes or by using the methods that got introduced as an stream API helps us to achieve in Java. So first let me show you one problem statement so that you can compare that how easy that stream API or methods that comes with stream API makes your life. So for that, let me show you. Let me create a project first. Stream. Close everything. For that, so the problem statement that I want to show you is, let me copy everything from this code that we have done in previous class. Let me create a class. Let's say it lab1. Let's close every other things. Print it right here. Consumer. Let's remove the predicate. Let's remove the predicate. What I want to show you is, suppose you want to print your list by using the consumer class method, which is accept. So you created here the user defined method, or let's don't do that extra step. What we can do is we can iterate this list. We can iterate this list, which is going to return L list, and we are going to call con.accept. Remove this thing. Let me show you the problem statement. Accept thing. Here I have a list in a lab1 class. In a lab1 class, in main method, I have a list, this list. I want this list to print this list. I wanted to print this list. We can iterate, I can iterate this list simply, and I can do this. This list is going to get printed. I can use iterator of collection over this list. I can use list iterator. But right now I am using for each loop. What else is the way to print this list? So we are taking help of consumer. We are taking help of consumer interface accept method. So what accept method is doing right here? So this is the implementation for accept method that we have provided. We stored it inside the reference variable of type of this functional interface consumer, and with this reference variable we are calling accept method and passing this list. What is happening in accept method? We have this implementation. So when we are passing L right here, L goes in this str, which is getting printed one by one. So here everything is going to get printed one by one. So this is the thing that we can achieve. But what Stream API gives us, it told us that it has method called stream, which returns stream also, stream class obj, stream class object, suppose stream1, and it is java.util.stream.stream. Here we have imported this stream class, java.util.stream.stream. It is not class, it is basically interface in which we have multiple methods. So we got the instance right here. Now by using this stream instance, we can call the method which is available this interface. Like we want some method that is going to take consumer functional interface as an parameter. So we have for each, here you can see for each method is taking consumer functional interface as parameter. When any method is taking functional interface is in parameter, then what we have to do? We have to provide the implementation of that method, of that consumer single abstract method. When any method is taking any functional interface, then what we have to do? We have to provide the implementation of single abstract method available inside that functional interface. So inside this customer interface, we have accept method. So when for each is taking consumer interface, what we have to do? We have to provide the implementation. What we have to do? We have to provide the implementation for the method of consumer functional interface. For each is taking consumer as parameter, so we have to provide. We have gone through this. There are 4 ways we can achieve this. I have told you. When for each is taking consumer interface, means in for each, at the time of calling for each method, we have to pass the implementation of method of consumer interface. So how we are going to pass the implementation of method of consumer interface? We are going to write here as an argument at the time of calling for each method. We are going to write here lambda expression to provide the implementation for that method of functional interface. we can write lambda expression at some place else and store that lambda expression in reference variable of that functional interface, like we are doing here. So we can pass con right here, or we can pass whole functional interface, whole this part in here, or else what we can do, we can pass method references. If we have certain method, suppose we have method static void abc method that take string and print a. So here see very carefully, these four things I have told you before, but once again I am telling you. Let me write the code first. So these are the two ways. Another way is I have taught you this before, but once again, no problem, just remember this concept and you will easily crack any interviews. There is no questions that is going to be asked by you, by any interviewers, out of these concepts that I am teaching you. There is no question going to be asked out of this, let's say, PDF that I am providing you. Everything written inside the PDF, all those topics, all those lines are well enough for you to learn and to answer any questions based on the Java 8 features. So once again, the same thing we are doing right here. Just for these all things will get burned in your brain, in your memory. So what I was saying, there are four ways. When a for each method is taking consumer, means you have to provide the implementation of the method which is accept right here. How you can do that? You can write whole lambda expression to provide the implementation for the accept method right here in the for each. You can write the lambda expression and store it into the corresponding reference variable of that functional interface and pass that in here. So this is one way, this is two way. Or if you have any method available already which is having the logic that you have to pass in order to provide the implementation for the method of consumer interface, functional interface, then you can use that method with as a method reference. So here this method is a static method. It is fulfilling the logic that I want to provide for the accept method of consumer functional interface. So I am doing the method reference right here. I am passing whole method reference here. It is giving error because the consumer is taking of type T, and here I am providing of type string. If I am going to make it object, let's say everything is right now is fine. So use the lambda expression. This is the, let's say this is the third way, and in fourth way you can store the lambda expression in the corresponding reference variable of type of that functional interface and pass this reference variable here. You can write whole lambda expression, store that lambda expression in reference variable and pass that reference variable. You can pass the whole method reference, or you can store the method reference in reference variable and pass that method reference and pass that object reference in for each. So here let me create a duplicate of this. This was not the purpose for this class. We have to go through Stream API. So what we are going through is only this part of the code. Let's delete this also that we are using in method reference. So in case of normal coding, what we are doing, we are iterating our list like this. We are iterating our list like this. But in case of Stream API, with Stream interface, it comes with different method, out of which there is a method called stream that we are going to use with list. That is going to return a stream. What is stream? I am going to tell you right now. Wait just a second. Now with that stream, we are going to call another method, which is for each method that is taking consumer. And when this method is taking consumer for each, we have to provide the implementation for the method of that interface. So we have written in form of lambda expression right here. We have written it in the form of lambda expression right here, or we are passing this. So let's not do this one. Let's comment this out. This is the lambda expression we are using. Now when we are going to run, you can see this much line of code. This much line of code. First we are providing implementation of accept method of consumer interface. Then we are consumer interface and passing that iterated string to get printed again and again. Instead of doing all this line of code, we can achieve all this in just single line of code right here. Why? Just because we are using the stream. Let's print this. Here you can see. Let's make it out. Here you can see everything got printed. So this is the power of stream. So still it is 2 lines. You want to make it in one line, what you can do? You can do method chaining. So instead of stream is returning stream. So here in this line with list, you have used the method stream of stream API, which is returning a stream again, and with this stream you are calling again the method of streams that are available in the stream interface. For each is available in stream class, not stream interface. It is available in stream class. Basically, you are calling again the method for stream. So instead of doing that, what you can do, you can simply do everything in one line. Like, let me show you. List dot, you can do method chaining dot for each. Here stream method is returning a stream on which you are calling for each. Why not do method chaining? We are not going to save this stream that is returning from here. We are going to use other methods just after that. So this can be done. So let's do the method chaining. Exactly same thing. For each, exactly same thing. From this out, this black and white output is getting, and this from error, this red output is getting printed. So we can, so now let's remove this also. You can see this much of codes get simplified in these lines. So this much of codes get simplified in this single line. Isn't this a good way to write your program? Isn't this a more readable way? If you know stream, then you can read this line of code easily. So isn't we have reduced our codes? We have reduced our codes. We have make our code more readable. If we are going to return a stream, then we can use that stream again and again. So it is also reusable. So this is the some advantages you can say of stream API or methods or classes or interfaces that comes with stream API. Let's go back to our notes. So this is the example of a stream. Here we have list. Here we are doing the same thing with stream method. We are returning the stream. We are printing that stream. With stream, we have other method. Let me show you. With stream, we have other methods. Like, let me create another copy. Like in this code, in normal code, like we only want the peoples whose name is Kumar, or we don't want the null. So how we are going to, we don't want the record that is having null. How we are going to do that? So for that, what we are going to do, let me show you what we are going to do. Let's remove all this. What we are going to do is, we are going to iterate this list and if this is suppose equal to Kumar, or let's say not Kumar, let's do some more logical things. Let's say Raj Kumar, Mohan Kumar. Let's use the method here of a string class contain Kumar, then print list. So we are only printing the people who have Kumar title. What it is giving contains Kumar. Let me run it again. Null pointer exception. Why null pointer exception? Let me see. String, everything is getting L contains Kumar. Or what? What else we have? Insert. So again, why it is giving error? Because when it is iterating, here null values are also coming, and on those null values, we are searching if it ends with Kumar. That's why it is giving error. So let's put another condition like L is not equal to and means null. So the string that is not null and ends with Kumar, those things have to be get printed. Look, Raj Kumar and Mohar Kumar got printed. Or let's remove this condition. Everything except the null will got printed. So we have to do this iteration. But in case of a stream, what it gives? It says it have a method. Again, we can store this in stream instance like stream1, and on this stream 1 we have method that we can use, but I am not going with this way. I am going in the method chaining way. We use this stream method with list, then we are going to use some methods that it provides. Let's say filter method. Here you can see what filter method is taking. Filter method is taking predicate. Remember what are the methods available in the predicate functional interface? The method that is available, the single abstract method that is available in the predicate functional interface is test, that is returning boolean. Mean when a filter method is taking predicate, so at the time of calling filter method, we have to provide the implementation of the method of predicate interface, which is test. So here we have to provide the implementation of the method of predicate interface. So what are the ways? Again, those 4 ways. Remember, either write whole lambda expression, write lambda expression and store into the reference variable and pass that reference variable. Use method reference if available. If there is any method available with that logic, use the method reference. Store the method reference into some reference variable and use that reference variable. But now we are going with lambda expression. So in predicate there is method test which have this we call it as parameter. So we are going to write this. This is the bracket of filter, inside which we have to provide the implementation of method of predicate interface, which is test. So we are going to write this parenthesis, as we know how to make lambda expression. You can remove the return type, basically. Return type, or you can say data type, not return type. We are now this parenthesis is coming from the test method of predicate interface. Then this logo, open bracket, close bracket. Inside this curly braces, we are going to write the implementation for the test method of predicate interface that is going to return boolean. So T, you can take it as like this. So T dot, what we want to do, we don't want null values now. So what we are going to do, same thing means we can write it here. If T is not equal to null, then return true, else return false. So now what we have to do here is to remove this, because we are not ending statement. So this braces, or the braces of method of filter, inside which we have written the implementation for the test method, which is single abstract method of interface predicate. Of predicate interface, which is test, which is returning boolean. So we are returning booleans. Now we can save this into the stream again, stream s, and run the for each method, or we can do constructor chaining. So this is the braces for of filter method. After this method, we are trying to run for each, inside which it takes the consumer. In consumer we have test method. So now let's provide the implementation for test method, not test method, accept method. So it is going to take certain values, and whatever value is going to given to it, we are going to print it. So everything is done in single line. As you can see, everything is done in single line. I have written in this way for your convenience, but all this can be done in single line. So are you noticing what is happening? Filter method is returning the values. Stream method is taking the values from list, passing it to the filter method as t. T is internally accept test method of predicate is getting called based on this logic, in which the elements of list is going to get passed, and then only those elements which is acceptable by this logic get returned. Those elements that falls in this logic, that is getting true by this logic, return to the stream, and that stream, on the same stream, again we are calling other method. On the same stream, remember what I am saying, on the same stream we are calling again the other method. On the same elements that got returned from the filter method, we are capable of calling other method, which is for each. Now those method that is written by the filter, by getting filter based on this logic, now those elements are getting in for each and getting printed by this logics of accept method of consumer interface. You see how easy this thing is. So let me comment this. You see how easy everything is. So it is a pipeline kind of thing. Kind of pipeline in which you provided certain elements by list. You have provided, you used on list, you have used the stream method by which everything got inserted in a certain pipeline. On that pipeline you can run multiple methods like filter method, like for each method, and whatever elements got there in this pipeline is going to get evaluated based on the method we are going to use on this pipeline. Listen me very carefully what I am saying. When you are using stream method from stream API from Java 8 with list, every element in the list is kind of getting taken as a pipeline. Every element, suppose every element get inserted in a pipeline, and on that pipeline you can invoke multiple methods, and those elements that got inserted in that pipeline will be evaluated based on the methods that you are going to invoke on that pipeline. Once again, listen to me. Stream method is coming with stream API of Java 8. When you are using stream method with list, element is taken as a pipeline. So every element of stream, every element of list is now taken as a pipeline. On that pipeline you can invoke multiple methods, and whatever elements are there inside that pipeline will be evaluated according to those methods, and you will get the output. So here you can see in the previous code I am doing something like this, or even I can run the consumer right here. So in previous example, in normal way, what we can do here, con dot accept. What I am doing is first I am iterating the list, then I am providing the condition. First I am iterating the list, I am providing the condition, then to print I am calling the consumer interface method accept, and even is at this time I have to provide the implementation for the accept method. Look how much work I am doing. Iterating the list, providing condition, using method of consumer accept, and even at that time I have to provide the implementation for accept method. But in case of stream, when you are using stream method from stream API of Java 8, everything got inserted in a pipeline of everything from the list. Every element of list got inserted in a pipeline when you use stream method of Java 8 of stream API, and on that pipeline you can invoke multiple methods, and those elements inside the pipeline will be evaluated based on the methods. So you get rid of this iteration, providing condition, then printing it, and even when you are printing you have to provide the implementation that how you want to print it. Here we use the stream method, everything got inserted in a pipeline. On that pipeline we can invoke multiple methods. Elements in the pipeline will be evaluated based on these methods that we are going to invoke on that pipeline. That's simple how it is. Let me go to our notes filter. So this is the stream API basically.